Good afternoon. Unemployment in the West Midlands has fallen by 9,000 in the 3 months up to July, official figures have revealed. That's the biggest fall of any region in the UK, with the number of people unemployed now below the 200,000 mark. The government's Work and Pensions Secretary says it's down to a revival in manufacturing, but added there was still work to be done.
This is one of the great powerhouses of the United Kingdom in industrial terms, and so seeing employment return, we're seeing private sector job employment return, and we're seeing unemployment fall. So in that sense, this is very good news for them, but again, I stress the point that the job is not yet done.
Meanwhile, council bosses in Birmingham have been holding talks with union leaders today to discuss plans to axe another 6,000 jobs over the next 4 years. The cuts are on top of the 7,000 jobs which have already been lost since 2010. Unions today said workers were shocked and concerned by the news. They called it a devastating attack on services and warned that some would inevitably have to close down. Thousands of people have signed a petition calling for the trust which runs Stafford Hospital to rethink plans to cut back children's services. The online petition was launched as hundreds of protesters gathered at Stafford Hospital last night as the clinical commissioning group held their AGM. The group is campaigning to keep maternity and paediatric services at the hospital. It's already attracted almost 4,000 signatures. Researchers believe they finally know how King Richard III was killed at the Battle of Bosworth. Forensic analysis by the University of Leicester found the former monarch suffered 11 injuries around the time of his death, including 2 potentially fatal blows to the head and 1 to his pelvis. His remains were discovered under a car park in the city in 2012.
What we know is that there were several injuries that went into the top of his skull, one with a rondel dagger that went in around here, and there were some shaving type injuries. There was also an injury through his cheek and to the front of his jaw.
So now we know. OK, time to take a look at your day's weather now. Here's Lucy Kite with the forecast.
Hello, well, plenty of weather to tell you about as we move through the rest of this week. It's warming up over the next 24 hours, turning cooler for the weekend, and we've got some heavy thundery downpours on the way too. Mist and fog will still be a problem. This is the satellite picture from earlier, that mist and fog rolling in from the North Sea. It's gradually retreating back in that direction though, so we are left with some sunny spells as we head through this afternoon. Bits and pieces of low cloud around as well. Temperature-wise, well, around 21 degrees Celsius, 70 in Fahrenheit, not bad for the time of year, certainly above the seasonal average. And temperatures won't dip too low overnight tonight either. In fact, it's going to be quite a muggy night. We're going to see some mist and fog patches forming once again, so visibility will be a problem overnight and through tomorrow morning for the drive to work and school. I'll tell you more later. Bye for now.
And that brings you up to date with the news this lunchtime. There's plenty more on our website, itv.com/central. Bob and Sam will be back at 6 with ITV News Central. Have a lovely afternoon.